Brothers and sisters of Africa, I call upon you today to listen not with fear, not with hesitation, but with the courage of our ancestors flowing in your blood, because this moment is not just about me. It is about every African who has ever been silenced, humiliated, robbed, or enslaved by the forces of imperialism. And today they try again with their so-called international warrant, their piece of paper stamped by Interpol, their illusion of authority designed to intimidate. But I tell you now, Africa does not bow to Interpol. Africa does not bow to France, to America, to Brussels, to any foreign power that believes our destiny is theirs to command, because this is not about justice, not about law, not about peace. This is about control, about a dying empire clinging to its stolen wealth and trembling as Africa rises again. And I will not whisper, I will not retreat, I will shout it loudly. Your arrest warrant is nothing but the echo of your fear. A reminder that you are losing your grip over a continent that has finally awakened, and no paper, no signature, no red notice can chain the spirit of a free people. They say, I am dangerous. They say I am destabilizing their order. But let us ask, whose order? Whose peace? Whose law? Was it Africans who crossed oceans to enslave millions? Was it Africans who carved borders with blood and greed, destroying cultures and families? Was it Africans who dropped bombs on nations, toppled governments, and turned proud lands into deserts of ruin? No, it was them, the self-proclaimed guardians of civilization, who fed their empires on the blood and bones of others. And now, because one African soldier dares to say enough, they mobilize Interpol like a hound sent by its master. But hear me clearly, Interpol. You are not neutral. You are not the voice of justice. You are the tool of those too weak to fight in the battlefield of truth. And your warrants are weapons of cowardice. Do you think revolutions are stopped with paperwork? Do you think a continent that broke the chains of colonization will bow to a PDF with signatures? Your warrant is an insult, but also a gift, because it unmasks the truth. It shows Africans who still doubted that the system they call international is nothing but a club for thieves to maintain control. It shows that this is not about Ibrahim Traoré. It is about every farmer whose land has been stolen, every worker who mines uranium for foreign companies, every child who is told his destiny is to be a servant to foreign masters. And today Africa sees with clarity, this is about all of us. This is about sovereignty itself. You call me criminal, dictator, rebel, but your words are badges of honor, because Patrice Lumumba was called criminal, Thomas Sankara was called dangerous, Nelson Mandela was called terrorist, Kwame Nkrumah was called threat, and yet their names live forever in the hearts of free people, while the names of their enemies rot in history's trash. So add me to that list. I accept it proudly. Because what you fear is not me. It is African unity. It is the thought of gold staying in Africa, uranium lighting African homes, oil fueling African industries, and fertile soil feeding African children. You fear the day when foreign companies cannot rob us blind, when Paris cannot dictate policy in Ouagadougou, when Washington cannot threaten sanctions to buy our silence. You fear the end of your parasitic luxury, because for centuries your comfort has been built on our suffering. And we are saying no more. Macron, you dare to speak of liberty, equality, fraternity, but your palaces are built on uranium stolen from Niger, gold stolen from Mali, sweat stolen from Burkina Faso. Your rhetoric is drowned by the blood of our ancestors. You are not the voice of liberty. You are the last gasp of colonial arrogance, and France is finished in Africa. Trump, you chant about making America great again, but was America ever great for Africans? Was it great when millions were chained on plantations? Was it great when our diamonds, oil, and cocoa built your skyscrapers and fed your industries while we starved? Your greatness is a mask for exploitation. Your strength is built on theft, and we are no longer afraid. European Union with your endless committees and hollow speeches of morality. You hide behind false diplomacy while you fund coups, install puppets, and praise elections that keep your stooges in power. But the second an African leader says our minerals belong to our children, you call him dictator, you call him criminal, you write warrants and unleash propaganda. But I will tell you this. You can call me whatever name you like, but you cannot erase the will of a people who have already tasted freedom. If I fall tomorrow, another will rise. If you jail me, the prisons will overflow with the revolution. If you kill me, my blood will water the tree of African liberty, because this is bigger than me. This is about the soul of Africa, and no African will bow. Interpol, your papers are weak, your signatures are meaningless, your threats are hollow. Because the conscience of Africa is not for sale, not for rent, not for red stamps and legal jargon. You chase me across borders, but you cannot chase the truth from the hearts of millions. This is a warning not just to foreign masters, but to African leaders who compromise, who bow, who take bribes to betray their people. Your time is over. The age of puppets is finished. History will remember those who stood tall and those who bowed. And I choose to stand tall with my people. Call me rogue, call me rebel, but the real criminals are those who have enslaved Africa, looted Africa, and murdered Africa's future for centuries. And every warrant you issue only exposes your corruption, your cowardice, your fear, because you know the truth. Africa is awake, and when Africa awakens, the world trembles. You, Macron, you, Trump, you in Brussels and Washington, you have built your power on illusions, but illusions cannot defeat a continent united. You cannot build a wall around the African spirit. You cannot bribe a generation that remembers Sankara, Lumumba, Nkrumah, and Mandela. You cannot threaten people who have already survived the worst your empires could throw at them: slavery, colonization, apartheid, coups, assassinations. Africa remembers. Africa does not forget. Africa will rise. You parade as leaders of progress, of diplomacy, of civilization. But beneath your suits, you are colonizers in spirit, thieves in disguise. And we see you now. Interpol, your red notices are not chains. They are confessions. They reveal your desperation. They show that you cannot win with ideas, cannot win with truth, cannot win with respect. So you try with bureaucracy, with threats, with fake justice. But we are immune. We are not subjects. We are not servants. We are not afraid. Africa will not kneel. Africa will not surrender. Africa will lead, defend, and rise. This fight is not mine alone. It belongs to every African child who dreams of a future without foreign masters. It belongs to every worker who sweats for a wage stolen by foreign corporations. It belongs to every mother who watches her land stripped while her family starves. This is your fight, your destiny, your history to reclaim. And I swear, I will not betray it. I will not sell our dignity. Not me. Not a single African will bow. We are awake. We are strong. We are free, and nothing, no paper, no empire, no threat can ever take that away. This warrant is not a victory. It is a confession of their failure, a declaration of our awakening, proof that the era of foreign domination is crumbling. Africa is eternal. Africa is rising, and the future belongs to us.